What's up, guys? This is Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our Week 4 match for the aABL, or the A-Drive Army Battle League. This week we are taking on my good buddy Jay and his UNC Wingulls. So Jay's team consists of Tapu Koko, which is a Z user, Starmie, Tangrowth, Dragalge, which is a Z user, Gligar, Linoon, Klinklang, which is a Z user, Mega Tyranitar, Hawlucha, Alolan Marowak, Volbeat, and Archeops. I wasn't expecting Klinklang, Volbeat, or Archeops. As you can see, all three of them showed up. Mega Tyranitar, Hawlucha, and Alolan Marowak is what I thought was going to come in those places. I was somewhat expecting Linoon, somewhat not, and Gligar I was kind of expecting. Koko, Starmie, and Tangrowth I knew were coming. Tangrowth, sorry. I knew those were coming for sure. There was no way that they weren't coming. So basically, by the looks of things, his main switch into Mega Gardevoir is Klinklang, because he didn't bring Alolan Marowak, which also just absolutely bodied my team, by the way. So that's kind of the gist of things on that front, and yeah, let's talk about a little thing. So he has no priority capabilities on that team besides Volbeat with Prankster, which is only for status moves anyways. He brought one Rocker and Archeops, and that's all he could have. He brought, three removal options, and Koko with Defog, Archeops with Defog, potentially Starmie with Rapid Spin, and he didn't bring either of his 4x weaknesses, which we prepped for a little bit. So, if you haven't seen my team builder, you should check it out, because I like to talk. Let's run through the team real quick if you haven't seen it already. We are a Suicide leading, Hazard stacking, Final Gambit, Sashed Selgor set. We're a no attacks, Cursed trapping, Dusclops set, which is meant to take on Hawlucha and Linoon, neither of which are here. Its main role is actually going to be to take on the Klinklang in this game, because that is his main physical attacker that I see. Maybe Koko too, not entirely sure. Tangrowth as well if it's physical. We're running an Assault Vested Nidoking, and it's our main type of Koko answer. We are running a Quiver Dance, 3 attacks, Life Orb Venomoth. We're running Hyper Voice Shadow Ball, Destiny Bond, Will-O-Wisp, Mega Gardevoir is more of a utility set, and we're running a Rocky Helmet, 4 attacks, Incineroar. So, I'm going to lead off the game with my Selgor, because that's my Suicide lead, that's what I'm meant to lead with here, as he's actually going to lead off with the Archeops, so I'm kind of expecting this to either be like, it can't be a Z move, but I'm expecting this to be like something that's just going to body my team, like maybe a Scarf set that's just going to click, I don't know, like Stone Edge or something, turn 1 and sort of like run through my team. Or he's going to be a Suicide lead. Those are the two options. But I'm actually just going to click Water Shuriken in case he is the other set, and hopefully take him down below Defeatist range. And you'll see that we're actually going to get 5 hits on our Shuriken, which is going to put him into Defeatist range, regardless of what he's going to click here, as he's just going to set up his own rocks. Now it's time for me to start setting spikes. Now, I've thought about it, and a T-Spike would be nice for something like a Starmie, but burning things with Dusclops and Mega Gardevoir is also really useful, especially against something like the Tangrowth. I don't really want it to be poisoned, I'd rather have the Tangrowth be burnt. So I'm actually just going to prioritize my regular spikes over my T-Spikes first, as he's going to Endeavor. I kind of predicted the Endeavor after I saw the rocks. It didn't really matter to me. I wanted to be like full health to Final Gambit something, but the hazards are more important to me at this point, because I know I can force him to switch into different things with something like a Venomoth, something like an Incineroar. So I'm just going to give 2 layers, as he's just going to U-turn out into his Starmie. So I'm expecting a Rapid Spin here, so I'm actually just going to click the Final Gambit so that his Rapid Spin won't go off. And as we can see, he is Scarfed. Based on him being faster than my Selgor, he's Scarfed for sure. Scarf Starmie does not do a whole lot of damage to Mega Gardevoir, because it's so naturally specially defensive, so I'm just going to be able to click Will-O-Wisp here, because I know he's switching into something, and I thought it was going to be the Klinklang to take the Hyper Voice, but it's actually the Tangrowth, so we're going to burn that, which is really good actually. Here I don't really want to take a knockoff, so I think I'm just going to my Incineroar to take whatever. I know I could take like an Earthquake or whatever, because it's burnt really easy. And I got the Intimidate off, because he actually doubles into Archeops. Trying to sack it off, I think. Hyper Voice might have actually been the play there, but I thought that Mega Gardevoir was more valuable than it actually looks like it is. Like, it gets outsped by Tapu Koko, outsped by Archeops, outsped by Scarf Starmie, so in reality I probably should have just clicked Hyper Voice, but I end up doubling into Dusclops as he doubles into Archeops. This turn I'm going to click Will-O-Wisp again, as he is going to taunt me. sorry, I predicted the Endeavor on my Incineroar, and I doubled into Dusclops here. Now I'm going to Will-O-Wisp as he actually taunts. I have no moves, so I'm about to struggle, so I need to switch, and I'm going to go into Incineroar, I think, actually. I think I go Incineroar. Yeah, go back to Incineroar, get the Intimidate off. I didn't care too much about being Endeavored at that point. Just get some Rocky Helmet Chip on it as the Coco comes out now. I don't know if he wants to overpredict or whatnot because I do have a Nidoking, so I'm just going to stay in and he's just going to knock me out with T-Bolt. Not a big deal. Now I can go to Nidoking, which is my dedicated check to this, and the way that I bring it in bluffs that I'm Scarfed somewhat, and I'm actually just going to click, I believe I just clicked the Sludge Wave because it's going to do the most of this. And he still has the Flying type and Archeops that he can bring in on the Earth Power, which would otherwise be the best play. So a Sludge Wave, and I think we're going to take out the Archeops here, yep. Still bluffing that I'm Scarfed because obviously that damage now. Scarf Starmie here, if it's got the Psyshock can kill me. Surf will not kill me from this range because of my Assault Vest, but I'm just going to preserve this a little bit and go into my Mega Gardevoir here. Because I thought I could take 2 after Rocks, but I actually can't take 2 after Rocks, it seems. So that's really unfortunate. I just clicked the Hyper Voice here because I could. But he's just going to get the Surf off and take me out, so we're pretty far behind at this point, but Dusclops can come in here. I get to burn something else. I actually think I just clicked Mean Look, trying to trap the Starmie in because it was the fastest thing. Yeah, there. So now we've trapped the Tangrowth. As he Seed Bombs me, I'm just going to Pain Split and get some HP back. Dusclops has a really low base HP and Tangrowth has a really high base HP, so I knew I was going to recover some health there. And he's low enough that I can bring in Venom off here on the switch and maybe get a Quiver Dance off and start dealing some serious damage to his team. So I'm going to double out into Venom off on his Tangrowth as he's actually going to Earthquake, and it's going to do about 20%. So we're not sitting in the best spot to set up. And okay, so at this point, right, he's still got the Volbeat. I'm scared it's going to be an Encore Volbeat. That makes a ton of sense against my team. With the new setup mons that I just picked up, Encore Volbeat makes a ton of sense. So I'm actually just going to straight up click Bug Buzz because it would have knocked this thing out anyways. On second thought, Sludge Bomb was probably the best play, but I didn't want him going into Klinklang for free either. So I end up clicking the Bug Buzz here, so he just goes into Volbeat, takes some Spikes damage, plus the Bug Buzz damage, and it's looking like I'm going to kill him again here. And then he shows off that he's actually Light Screen, and so the second one doesn't actually take him out, and then he gets a Tailwind off, which is actually really bad too. The Tailwind, probably not so much. He probably could have, clicked something else other than Tailwind, but I don't really think that it mattered too much. We're sitting pretty low. I still can take 3 more Life Orb hits though, as he brings in the Klinklang to set up on my Venomoth here behind the Light Screen. There goes the Shift Gear. Bug Buzz, Tinted Lens. Bug Buzz is actually doing quite a lot of damage to that thing. It's enough that I can take it out with 2 more, and I still have 2 more Life Orb hits, so he's going to get greedy and set up another Shift Gear on me to get the +2 attack instead of +1. I know that he doesn't need the speed anymore. This is the Facade. He shows off the Facade. That crit obviously didn't matter. Based on the damage rolls there, we got 26.7 and a 29.2, so looks like it was a roll for us to actually take out the Klinklang there if he didn't attack us, so smart play on his part to actually attack, but at this point he can't really switch because the spikes are going to get him, unless he clicks Rapid Spin on Starmie or Defog Coco. I can go into my, I think I go into my Nidoking here. No, I go to my Dusclops to try and burn this thing, as he's actually Corkscrew Crash Gear Grind. And he gets the crit. So looking at the calc, based on him being +2 Adamant, which is the standard set, that was a roll to kill me, even with the crit. I had a chance to live that. Without the crit, it was a roll to kill me. It was a roll in his favor, but I still did have a chance to live that. So that crit kind of sucks because I could have burnt this thing, and then Nidoking kind of just could have cleaned up his team potentially based on the health it was at. Yeah, but that sucks a lot. Now I have to go to Nidoking, but he doesn't know what set I am. So, right, he probably thinks I'm still Scarfed. Based on the way that I brought it in on Coco, I'm probably a Scarfed Nidoking. I'm actually just going to click the Sucker Punch here, which he's not expecting, and he clicks Facade instead of clicking Gear Grind because he was afraid to miss and die to the Earth Power. I thought he was just going to click the Gear Grind that I'd lost the game, but yeah. So, as you can see, another Sucker Punch will kill it. I have to go for it here because I can't play mind games at this point, right? Like, this is my last mon alive, it's 36%. So I'm going to click Sucker Punch again as he's going to get me on this one and set up a Shift Gear again. But this time, I'm not going to fall for the bait, and I'm going to Sucker Punch him and kill him. In comes the Tapu Koko. I can live an HP Ice from this thing because I'm Assault Vested. which he shows off, and a Sludge Wave kills it after the spikes damage. Obviously that helped out a lot. In comes the Tangrowth. This thing is dying to a Sludge Wave as well, and Starmie is going to die to a Sucker Punch after all of the spikes damage that's taken. So we actually end up pulling out the win here with a 10% Nidoking at the end of the game. Really, really close game against Jay. This puts us, he has 3 wins, I have 2 wins, so, you know, I'm still behind in the win category against Jay, but it's, you know, it's beneficial for the least, at the very least, sorry. This was aABL week 4, and next week we take on Shiny Krabby and his Hitmontopus. That one's going to be a little bit in the future. I'm going on vacation for a week, so we're going to have to play kind of last minute, and that video will probably go up on Mother's Day, I would imagine, which is actually when we're going to play. We're going to play really late at night. Excuse me, so that's kind of the plan there. And yeah, that's it for me, and I'll catch you guys for next week.